What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be bringing you a video on BR uh, draft strategy tips. We all know that BR is a whole entire different ball game, being the fact that uh, there's stamina and you can pick your pitchers. But I think stamina is the biggest thing. Transferring over from game to game, it makes it a lot more tough, and you have to definitely draft different this year. But anyways, uh, I've gone 12-0 twice, 12-1 twice. So through that, I was able to finish the collections. So hopefully, I can bring to light what helped me go 12-0 twice and 12-1 in this video. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into the draft real quick. Seems like the servers are a little bit too slow today. My goodness. This is ridiculous. Wow. All right. Well, it only took 20 minutes to try to get into the draft. Now let's see. Let's try to draft. All right. So first thing I noticed off the top, we got Corey Kluber, we got Raleigh Fingers, Nolan Arenado, and this Silver Slugger, Gary Sheffield. I'm gonna go with Raleigh Fingers because although Sheffield is disgusting hitting wise, you don't really need that crazy amount of power to hit home runs consistently. But I want that shutdown arm in the bullpen for late in the games. And on top of that, he has 38 stamina, which isn't terrible for a reliever. Looks like this draft's going to take 25 minutes to complete. Wow. Okay. Well then, guys, sorry about that. All right, next thing I noticed is that it gives me Ozzie Smith and Joey Votto. I don't need him as a first baseman, and I'm not going to take a terrible hitter and a gold round. So I see that there's this rookie Tom Seaver. However, he doesn't have a changeup. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Ozuna. I'm going to have two good arms in the bullpen. Again, we can use an opener in BR, so having really good bullpen arms isn't a terrible thing because I can use Raleigh or Ozuna as an opener. All right, so got the common round. I'm going to waste it on a pitcher. Let me talk about starting pitchers. So I like to actually draft a minimum of 2 good starting pitchers so that I can alternate them between games, and I come to worst on the third game, use the opener. So I can still waste a common or 2 if it plays out right at the starting pitcher position. All right, so we're obviously here, bronze round. We're going to take Eric Thames. He's an amazing bronze hitter. He's got 85 power versus right and 78 versus left. So, and he can play first and he plays right. He can play first base and the 3 outfield positions, but I'd rather stick him in right or first or left, not center. He's too slow for that. All right, so Aaron Nola, he doesn't throw a changeup, so I'm not going to take him here, but I see the 91 Jimmy Rollins, which I haven't used yet, but he's a good shortstop. He's got, low 60s power, but decent contact, and he's a switch hitter. He's going to have really good fielding, which is great for BR because you don't want errors since it's such a short game. And then he's got very good speed, so he can steal. That's the leadoff guy right there. All right, so here I see the gold Hershiser. I know he's nasty, so I'm going to go with him. I didn't like anybody else. There wasn't anybody else that really stood out as a hitter, and Emilio Pagan isn't that great in my opinion as a reliever. But there goes my first good starter that I take right here. So that's going to be my first. That's going to be my number 1 starter right there. All right, next we got Hoskins, Cespedes, Wendo, and then Carlos Martinez. I'm going to take Rhys Hoskins. He's got good power versus both, 81 and 89. So now I have a nice first baseman that can hit for pop. And I also have a right fielder that can hit for pop, and I have a speed guy that I'm going to probably put at the top of the lineup, depending how this goes, the rest of the draft goes. All right, so this keeps taking forever. Not a great time to do the video, apparently. Wow. All right, so Kike and Evan Longoria, they don't really interest me. Will Harris, he only throws a cutter and a curveball. And then we got Miles Mikolas, but I'm not really interested. I'm gonna take Will Harris there. The cutter can be very effective, and then the curveball isn't a terrible pitch. So we'll take him there. Wendell and LaStella, they don't really interest me. I'll take Pedro Baez here. My bullpen's starting to get pretty stacked up. I have 4 righties already out of the 7 spots, so I'm gonna need a lefty here shortly. But then again, the 3-batter minimum doesn't make it to where you have to have a lefty in the bullpen like that. Okay, we're automatically taking Sano. Every time we see Sano, we're automatically taking him. He's top 5 BR card in the game. The dude hits amazing. He has great pop versus both, and he has an amazing swing. So we're taking him. Pilar and Wendell, I don't like those. John Gray, don't like it. I'm going to take Colin Pache. He's a lefty. He throws a nice hard curveball, throws a good splitter, and a 4-seam fastball. So you could attack righties potentially with him. So we see Urias, Suzuki, and Avisaío and Victor Robles. I'm gonna go with Urias here. So now we got our 2 starters that we like. We can use those 2 starters right there, and then we have a bullpen full of guys. So we're looking pretty good on the pitching aspect. We just got to make sure, with only a limited amount of gold and silvers left, we have to make sure we got a good lineup at least. All right, so Woodruff, Barnes, Cesar Hernandez, Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks is also another BR goon, especially for a center fielder. He has nice pop versus righties, versus lefties, only 65 power, but he is a switch hitter, so there's that. And he has 94 arm strength and 75 fielding with 78 reaction. Not that much speed, but his reaction should help him out. And he has an absolute cannon from the outfield. Nobody's going to be running on him. Newman Benintendi. Then we got Mr. Betances and Herman Marquez. We're going to go with Betances. Hard 4-seamer. And then he's got the slurve and the knuckle curve and a 2-seamer with 99 break. Good per 9s as well. We'll go with Betances. He's not one of my favorite pitchers, but he's usable. So we got Clint Frazier, Josh Harrison. We're going to waste the starting pitcher here. We already got our 2 starting pitchers that we love, and we have a nice deep bullpen, so we can easily use an opener. Easily use one. Yep, no good bronze hitters, so we're gonna waste our last starting pitcher spot. We already got the 2 that we wanted. 3 is even better because you can alternate them between all 3 games. But we only got 2 this time, which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. Only 1 silver and 1 gold left. And 1 common. So the common we could waste it as a bench bat. Alright, so we're going to take Teoscar Hernandez. That's a really good bronze right there. 75 power versus right and 78 versus left. That guy right there is a very good bronze as well. If you see Teoscar in your draft, you should take him. In my opinion, you should automatically take him. That's a bronze with a lot of pop, and he's got 81 speed as well. So he's got some speed if he gets on the bases. All right, so we're not taking the reliever here. We're gonna go ahead and take Rougned Odor. 75 power versus right, 65 versus left. That's really good for a bronze second baseman, especially. He can easily hit bombs versus righties. Versus lefties, he could also probably do it, but it'll be a little tougher for him. So right here, we're going to end it with Vida Blue. Another lefty. Good stamina as well. So we're looking good right here. we're looking good right here with the bullpen. We actually have a complete bullpen, in my opinion. All silvers, at least all silvers. And unfortunately, they gave us bronze catchers instead of going to the gold. Who are we going to take? I say Weeders because at worst, you got a switch hitting catcher. At worst, you have a switch hitting catcher. Our pop is at 74 right now, which is pretty good. All right, who are we going to take right here? So that's a lot better catcher, but Stanton is there. Stanton hits tanks. I think we got to take the better catcher, though. We got to upgrade that catcher. And Tailscar can do a job. Tailscar can do a job anyway. So we upgraded a catcher. So now we're looking good behind the plate as well. Looks like this team's going to be pretty good. Not only one diamond hitter in the lineup, but all the hitters have good pop. Have really good pop. We're going to take the guy with speed, just in case we need a pinch runner late in the game. 92 speed, we'll take that. There was no overwhelming bronze hitters that were absolutely necessary in the lineup at that point. And it's still going slow. Wow. MLB, what happened to your servers? They were working beautifully. All right, let's see who we can get next. Cavan. We're going to take Cavan. He's got 66 power versus righties. Can use him off the bench to hit versus righties. It's not bad at all. I've actually used him before. Hit a couple tanks with him, so it's not bad at all. Now we got one more bronze and one more common left. The common's going to be a waste pick, to be honest. Going to be a waste pick. Wow. All right, let's take Navarrete. That's definitely my righty. My pinch hitter versus righties for sure now. For sure. For sure. Come on. Menus. Come on. Wow, this is terrible, guys. And lastly, is there anybody with speed? No. Anybody with decent power versus righty? He's got the best power versus lefties. I mean, I'll just take him just to do it. Just to do it. So, unfortunately, we didn't get any more really good bronze goons, but the lineup is filled out pretty well. It's got a lot of pop for guys that are not golds or diamonds for sure. So it's still loading. Anyways, guys, as you can see, my draft strategy is to pick at least 2 starting pitchers so you can use them, in your rotation. Once you got those 2 starting pitchers, you can waste the 2 commons on it if you get the chance to. If not, you can use bronzes there. And then bullpen is key because you can use openers. And, of course, the stamina. The stamina is the thing we have to look at. Make sure that we're monitoring the stamina. Big thing is if you have a super big lead and the opponent, for whatever reason, is not quitting, as it's been seen this year quite a bit. People are not quitting even though they're down like 10-0. Go ahead and use those bad pitchers in your starting rotation. Use those guys. Don't waste your stamina for these guys. And then for your lineup, you want to draft guys with power. Like a Sano, Hoskins is really good as well. Edwin Encarnacion is really good. Draft those guys with power. And those, even the bronzes with good power, always, if you see like a Teoscar Hernandez, a Eric Thames, a Franmil Reyes, a Ryan O'Hearn is another bronze goon, draft those guys immediately. Don't even think about it. Waste your bronze round on those guys if you have the opportunity to, okay? So here we're going to move Gary. And that's pretty much it again with the 3 batter minimum. People have to be strategic about the way they pitch. A lot of people, there's a lot of righties gonna end up being righties in the bullpen and stuff. So don't be afraid to draft those lefties if you see them. So lefty hitters if you see them, of course. Anyways, guys, just to go over it, three things for the draft. Three top tips I have for the draft. New BR draft strategy. Number one, make sure you get at least 2 good starters. Make sure you get at least 2 good starters. Number two, do not worry about drafting diamond hitters if you see a good starting pitcher or a good reliever in your diamond rounds or gold rounds. There's plenty of bronze and silver goons that have enough power to get the job done. Anybody with decent power, especially on All-Star, can hit the ball over the fence. Okay? And number three, make sure, try to stack up your pen as much as possible. Try to stack up your pen. Okay? Again, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope this helps you go 12-0. Anyways, guys, until next time.